I'm glad you could check out my longer version of this. Yep, this is something I bought at a going out of business clearance where the place was shutting down. They were giving up after over 100 years in business. Yeah, that kind of explains how this happened. I can imagine this was put together a long time ago by somebody who desperately needed to do a job, but just didn't have the money to buy something new. This is I guess it's about a 1/4 horsepower motor, 115 volt, and it's on a metal stand, and it's set up as a grinder. No, I'm not going to plug it in. I'm not going to use it. I just thought the motor looked cool, so I went ahead and bought this thing. I think I paid 25 bucks. I know I got that in scrap in it, but it's not going to get scrapped. It's just too cool. But yeah, you know, that's not a good junction box. Definitely not a good cord. You can see it's frayed and checked. They wrapped it in duct tape. That's I guess you could have ran with this type of wire. You probably could have ran a ground. Not that it isn't ground. It's just sitting on the table. It's just wiggling around underneath this, you know, machinery chain that's welded to it. And then this, I'm not really sure what happened here, but they welded a bolt to the motor, and then they welded the chain to the bolt. And it still wiggles around a little bit. And I don't know, the things that people do when they're desperate. But it's not in dangerous hands anymore. It's in mine, and this is just a cool motor. It kind of got a pump face there on it for, like, you know, a vertical motor. But yeah, they made a grinder out of it. Anyway, so that's about that. But here's what I like. I like stuff like this. This is a hand-driven grinder. If you're desperate, I think I picked this up for 20 bucks at the swap meet. I mean, this thing here will get the job done just as well as something like this. I just can't see why you'd have to do something like this when you've got something like this available. I mean, bolt that down to a wooden table. It's got a gear reduction system in it. It'll get the job done. So anyway, I'm going to set this up and use this one for sure. Maybe change that wheel out, but that's what I'm into. I like it. If we lose the power, you know, there's no issue. Matter of fact, I think if this was plugged in, we would lose power. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys looking at my junk.